Would you like to learn how you can become worth $1 million, a net worth of $1 million from e-commerce? I'm Randy Kirk, and today we're going to talk about how you can make it to being a millionaire through e-commerce on Small Business Daily. Well, there's an old joke. It's been around for a long time, and the way that you end up with a net worth of $1 million in any business is to start with $2 million. And boy, is that true in e-commerce. There are at least 500 million websites and YouTube videos and email blasts and things going out all over the internet right now that are making their very best effort to take advantage of you with regard to the millions to be made in e-commerce. And believe me, there are millions to be made in e-commerce, whether it's Amazon or Etsy or Shopify. I mean, believe me, there are people who are making tons and tons and tons of money through e-commerce. But will that be you? Or will you be the guy who sends somebody 20 grand or 30 grand to teach you how to do e-commerce, but at the end of the day, it really isn't for you? It's maybe only 1% of those people that they take that $20,000 from makes it in e-commerce, because guess what? E-commerce is like any other business. Let's talk about a fundamental rule. If you want to be in business for yourself, you need to know this fundamental rule. There are no easy ways to make money in small business. There just isn't. It isn't easy to do it with multi-level. It isn't easy to do it by buying a franchise. It isn't easy to do it by starting your own thing. It isn't easy to do it by paying for something online that's going to cost you $5, $10, $15, $20, $25,000. All of those things might work, and they will work for some people. There's no doubt about it. But is it going to be right for you? Or are you just going to be helping somebody else get rich while you get poor? So let's talk about the e-commerce puzzle, though. Let's talk about all of these different methods that people are shouting from the rooftops are going to make you rich. So one of the most famous is arbitrage. So you spend your time looking at Home Depot and Target and Kmart and other places, and you're trying to find really good deals that can be drop shipped. Or maybe you have to go down and pick them up and ship them yourself. But the really great one is where you can drop ship them so you don't even have to touch them. So you're going to put a $3,000 item of some kind up on Amazon or up on Shopify, and you're going to promote it, and you're only going to have to pay $2,200 for it. You sell it for $3,000. You're going to make $800, and the freight will be taken care of. You don't even ever see it. Sounds like a great idea, right? I wish I could tell you it was such a great idea. And you might make it. I want to be sure to tell you that it's possible, but it's unlikely, because in every business of any kind, if there's a great idea, a bunch of other people are doing it too. And for you to find a niche, for you to find a special place where you're going to do it, where they are already competing, or they know more about it, they've been in it for longer than you, that's what's difficult about small business. I don't care whether you want to open a bakery or whether you want to do e-commerce. It's always going to be the same. There's competitors out there with years of experience that are doing fine. You've got to find a way to niche yourself or to compete with them that will allow you to take your own place in the business. So arbitrage is a way. And lots of people are paying lots of other people money in order to teach them arbitrage. But it's not a slam dunk. It is a hard work. You have to spend huge amounts of time setting stuff up on the internet, and maybe 1 out of 100 of those things will end up selling anything. And then it's not scalable because that item is no longer for sale. I mean, I'm not going to go into all the details. Just let me say, it's one way, buyer beware. Number two way, you're going to buy some products from China or Asia or Europe or something else that you find you can buy them at a great price, and you can sell them at the price that's offered on the internet, and somehow there's enough margin in there to make that happen. And there's, again, so many people out there trying to sell this vision of how you can buy raw products from China and then resell them here on Amazon or Shopify or Etsy or eBay. By the way, I sell products on Amazon and eBay, and I have been for 6 years, and I do very, very well with Amazon. And we'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. And I buy the products from China, and we'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. But the reality is if you want to buy stuff from China and sell it on Amazon, it's very, very difficult to buy less than 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 pieces. So you're going to be investing, let's say the item is a $20 item, and maybe it cost you $5 in China, and you're going to buy 2,000 of those. You're going to be paying, $10,000 and putting those in a warehouse someplace or in your garage and hoping that they're going to move through the channel. And you're not going to know whether they're going to move through the channel until you purchase them. Now, there's ways around that. You can buy similar items just off the shelf here and make no money until you see whether you can move the product. You can take it out of the package and sell it without the packaging, take off any kind of markings so that there's no evidence of the branding, because you're going to bring in an identical item from China and give it your own brand or however you're going to work that. It's very, very, very difficult to find the items, that you can pay the low amount that you need to, then turn around and you're going to have to advertise on Amazon. That's going to take 15, 20, 25% of your revenues is going to go into advertising on Amazon. You may need to advertise other places in order to get interest and get people to start coming to your site. And you're going to make mistakes with regard to the product. There are some good lists out there you can go look at that will help you make decisions, like it should be as flat as mailable as possible. Let's call it that, as mailable as possible. You want it to be over $10 retail or over $20 retail, somebody will tell you. That these are price points. In my opinion, it needs to be 5 times your landed cost. So if you're paying $5 for something, it needs to sell for $25 in order for you to have the margins to make all of the things I just talked about happen. You got to pay a fee to Amazon, or you got to pay for your website, or you got to pay for shipping, or you've got to pay for advertising. So you have all these expenses, including the raw cost of the material. You need about a 5 times margin in order to make that all work. Okay, so buying 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 of something from China in the hopes that you're going to move it through the pipeline, maybe, maybe not. Okay. Number 3, you're just going to become you're in a retail environment where you have a wholesaler that you can buy from or manufacturers that you can buy from, and you're just going to fight with everybody else over that product online. You're going to be one more reseller of the item that's already being offered. Well, now your game is going to change. First of all, you got to find the products, because not all products will your wholesaler, your manufacturer allow you to sell on Amazon, or do they allow to be sold on Amazon? And then they're going to have a price point that they want you to not go under. There are all kinds of contracts and rules with most manufacturers and wholesalers about what your lowest possible sell price is. And then if you don't have any of those rules and it's the Wild West out there, then you're going to be constantly, I'm talking about all day long, every day, you're going to be trying to compete for price in a market that's changing all the time. So somebody else lowers their price. Now you don't know that yet, so your stuff stops selling. So you lower your price, and then you start selling again, but do you have enough margin left? And then they stop. And then somebody else advertises more or puts it on sale. It's not just I can buy it, I can sell it. And then you've got to be good at the other side of it, the customer service side. You've got to ship it on time. You've got to ship it the right way. You've got to take care of the customer service issues that arise. You're going to have people that are going to want to send stuff back. You're going to have a policy on that. So it's another business. I've been in the bicycle business for most of my career, and that would mean since 1971. I opened a bicycle retail store in 1971. So how many 100 years is that? And I've written almost every book that's ever been written on bicycle retailing. And bicycle retailers would ask me, hey, I should sell this stuff in e-commerce. I should put it on my website. I should put it on Amazon. I should put it on eBay. And I'd say, yeah, but it's a whole other business. You're going to have to run it like a separate business. You're going to have people that you're going to hire and pay in order to ship, in order to put stuff up on the internet, to do the graphics, to do the descriptions, to do the keywording. It's not as simple as it looks. It is complex. Okay, those are the three primary ways that people tend to want to get up on Amazon or get up on eBay or any of the rest of them. Some people do become successful. Some people do sell a bit. And some people become very successful, just like any other business. But it's not an easy road. It's not like a slam dunk. That's what I want you to understand. Don't pay these online scammers tens of thousands of dollars because they show you a check of where they made $1 million in commissions, or they made $1 million last month from Amazon. They got their income was $1 million. Just because they did it doesn't mean that their information is going to be transferable to you. It's just not in most cases. And they know that there's a bunch of folks out there that are going to pay the $29 to get their nose in the tent. And then they're going to come back and ask you for $299 to get your nose a little further in the tent. And then they're going to hit you with the $599 a month. But if you pay for a year in advance, you can have it for $26,000. Anyway, you've seen them. You've gone down these sales funnels. Okay. I am reasonably successful on Amazon. I'm not quite in the $100,000 club on Amazon in terms of net profits, but I'm close. I'm only in that tent, and I'm pretty good at retail. I'm pretty good at wholesale. I'm pretty good at knowing how to buy from China. I've done all these things most of my life. And yet after 6 years of selling products on Amazon, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. And I'm only doing okay because the product I'm selling on Amazon, I know the product backwards, forwards, and inside out. I have created all of the brands that are currently being sold in bicycle retail stores and on the internet. Not all the brands on the internet, but all the brands that are being sold in retail stores. I've been at the creation stage of all of those and helped to market them and bring them into being. So I know these products backwards, forwards, and inside out. I'm able to buy it from China at a very, very good price. I'm able to make my 5 times. And I also know how to market them because I've been doing it. I've been marketing these products since 1979. So I've been marketing these products since 1979. I can buy them from China. I have my own brand. I have 5 times, and yet I still haven't broken the $100,000 club. I hope that gives you some idea of just how hard it is to make money on the internet, how hard it is to make money on e-commerce. I don't want to discourage you if you want to start a business and try to bring on your own products or even get them from China. If you got a hot new idea, a patented concept or something that's going to really do well, I just don't want you to spend your money with these folks that are going to charge you a fortune to be a member of their club. And then you're going to not only lose the money you give them, but additional monies because you follow their advice and end up with all kinds of product you can't sell. So that's our show for today. If you liked the content today, would you please press like? If you like the concept of help me and my friends and my associates coming on here on a daily basis and helping you with various aspects of running small businesses, then push subscribe and then push notify if you want to know what we're going to talk about tomorrow or next week. And we'll notify you on a regular basis of what we're going to be talking about. Finally, maybe ask me questions or make comments below about what we talked about today or something you'd like us to talk about in the future. I read those comments. I try to answer all of them. And I'm interested in knowing what you'd like me to go out and find information about or go out and find great guests to come in and talk about. This is Randy Kirk with Small Business Daily. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.